Good evening, everyone, from Orlando, and welcome to the first round of the NCAA tournament on CBS. Tonight, it's the 12-seed Oral Roberts Golden Eagles from the Summit League and the number 5 seed Duke Blue Devils from the Atlantic Coast Conference. The winner here will play the winner of Tennessee and Louisiana in our final game tonight. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan alongside Stan Van Gundy. Dan Bonner in his 37th year covering this tournament. Stan in his first, and Lauren Shahadi is on our sideline. We'll check in with her moments from now. Mike Krzyzewski, first time in 42 years, not here with us, watching at home with his wife Mickey in Durham. But this Duke team right now playing its best basketball of the season.
Yeah, the transition from the great Mike Krzyzewski to John Scheyer has been seamless. This Duke team, 5 of their top 6 players are freshmen. They've steadily improved throughout the season. And Dan, when those top 6 guys have been healthy, they're 18-1.
Don't forget about Oral Roberts, though. They're the country's hottest team coming in. They've won 17 games in a row, and they have one of the best players in this tournament, Max Abmas.
Let's take a look at some of our players and, of course, the head coach of the Golden Eagles in his 6th season, Paul Mills. And they talk about Max Abmas. He took this team to the Sweet 16 a couple years ago. Duke will start 4 freshmen and a junior. And in his first year, head coach John Scheyer, who played for Krzyzewski, won a national championship with Mike back in 2010, has taken over the reins of the program. Our officials tonight here in Orlando, Mike Reed, who is officiating in his 17th NCAA tournament, Tony Chiazza in his 9th, Mike McJunkins in his 5th, and away we go, and Oral Roberts will control.
Tyrese Proctor gets the initial assignment on Max Abmas.
Proctor's a big kid, 6'5", really strong, but it's going to be hard chasing Abmas around.
It's a shot outside by Jurgens, no good on the 3, and then Lively goes in and knocks away the attempted putback. Roach the other way for the Devils.
Lively's one of the best shot blockers in the country.
And there's 2 7-footers in this Duke starting lineup. It's hard to attack them inside.
The biggest team in the nation.
Yeah, they are. Very tall, very long, and very young. It's Proctor, cross court, Filipowski, 3. Missed it all, and Abmas the other way.
Abmas is a guy who really likes to push it. You got to get right up on him because he'll pull up from that March Madness logo and shoot it through in transition.
Proctor seems to know that because he met him right at the midcourt stripe and was into him.
Van over, the tall kid on top is 7'3", just got the ball in a pick and roll, lost it inside, couldn't hit. Lively the other way. And now Proctor. This is a 3. Filipowski pushes down the big center for Oral Roberts with a whistle and a foul. And it goes on Filipowski. He is a freshman. Nope, out of bounds, right? I thought they were going to call the foul. They did not.
Well, I think Vanover really fell down more than anything else because he blew a tire, and he's trying to get that shoe on now.
And it's still not on.
Filipowski was recruited by Eric Musselman at Arkansas and then left. Vanover, rather, is a player who has also been at Cal, and he is now in his first season with the Oral Roberts Golden Eagles.
Tony Chiazza said, hey, why don't you just unlace it and lace it back up again?
Yeah, it would be easier.
Filipowski is a 7-foot freshman. He has been as hot a player as Duke has had. Filipowski in the last 4 games has averaged 20 points, 8 rebounds, and shot over 41% from 3s. So we'll be watching him, one of the talented freshmen for Duke. It's McBride for 3. And a rebound again by Derek Lively.
Oral Roberts is a very good 3-point shooting team, and because of Duke's size, they're going to have to make some 3s to compete tonight.
Roach, that's off. Lively trying to grab it inside. And they get it out. Filipowski looks around as he's picked up by Jurgens. So the Devils have won 9 straight, including the ACC tournament.
Well, Duke is an outstanding offensive rebounding team.
It's in the corner.
There's another one.
Saved over there by Mitchell. Down Filipowski. Abmas, good spin move and a good feed. Lively.
Filipowski and Lively are both outstanding passers, willing passers and good ones.
Abmas from outside. Filipowski with the rebound. And again, they trigger off to Roach, a junior from Leesburg, Virginia. Duke comes into this tournament number 12 in the AP poll. But their 5th seed is the worst they've had since 2007, the lowest seed they've had. Driving here, Mitchell in the paint, and over Jurgens for the deuce.
Oh, Roberts has gone for all 3 minutes, and they haven't scored yet.
Oral Roberts has won 17 consecutive games. Coming into tonight, Abmas with the miss. Proctor, and he gets it off to Roach.
And this is a Duke team that can play about any pace you want. They can push the ball up the court. They can play a little bit more slowly. I don't think Oral Roberts wants to dig too big a hole early.
Here's Vanover.
But this Duke team's outstanding defensively. Top 25 in defensive efficiency.
With a move through traffic and a shot on the fly, Jurgens can't get it, and out of bounds it goes.
And that really helps your defensive efficiency when you've got Lively on the inside. He is a tremendous shot blocker. In fact, that last layup that Abmas missed, I think he missed it because he was looking for Lively.
There's no question. Lively's as good a defender at the center position as there is in the country.
Filipowski with the fake. He moves into Thompson. And Duke, who finished 16-0 at home, one of 3 major schools that were undefeated at home, including UCLA and Alabama. Little shot inside, tapped in by Filipowski.
And Filipowski is amazing at how many of his own missed shots he gets back.
Has a good feel for the bounce off the rim, doesn't he, Dan? He knows the angles very well. Very smart player. Jurgens, good screen by Vanover, and Jurgens will take it down the lane. And it pops out.
You see how high he tried to put that up on the board?
Even the shots Lively doesn't block, he's changing.
Roach, 3. 11-0 start by Duke. On the money. Everything is dropping in. They've knocked in a 3. They've gone 5 of 10. And this is Roach.
It was 2 years ago, Kevin.
Unbelievable. Thank you so much, Zuck. Here comes Abmas working on the perimeter. In about 5 minutes gone, Thompson at 3. They bring in Derek Whitehead. The Blue Devils do with Proctor the other way. Proctor is from Australia. He's 18 years old. Outside, Roach, a floater on the foul. And a rebound by Thompson.
I think Oral Roberts needs to push a little bit, Stan, to try to get some open opportunities.
And over a screen, 30-4 record for Oral Roberts, based in Tulsa. There's a whistle as they were going on the long shot with 14:34 to go. With Duke on top, 11-0. Foul goes on Mitchell, and the Devils, that is his first. It's Duke and Oral Roberts on CBS. Duke off to that 11-0 lead, open the season at number 7. Fill out of the top 25 mid-January, stayed unranked until about 10 days ago. Mike Krzyzewski with his hand-picked successor, John Scheyer. Look at that record, all-time winningest coach in postseason.
So he did pretty well, huh, Kevin? Is that what you're trying to say?
There'll never be another like him. Here comes Abmas, who is working on the defense of Lively, and they kick it out with Mwamba inside. Filipowski got a hand on it. And here comes Proctor. Proctor leads him in assists. Roach, who's got the ball now, averages 13 a game. Filipowski down low. Mwamba's on him. So is Vanover. Out it goes. Whitehead. And Lively. Vanover the rebound. First place in the Summit League for the Golden Eagles. Vanover 3. Rebound inside. Snatch. Nice rebound by Whitehead. Lost it on the dribble, and the other way comes Mwamba.
I'm a little surprised that Oral Roberts' tempo isn't faster right now, Dan. That was off a turnover, and they made no real effort to push the ball.
Green Thompson's a senior, and he throws it away, and Filipowski will rattle it in. Here he goes, 3-on-3, and kicks it out and on top. Roach triple. Then over the rebound. Asmus the other way.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, particularly Asmus, he really likes to go, and he's not.
Golden Eagles' second appearance in the last 15 years in the tournament. Another turnover. Filipowski ahead. Roach with the reverse and a foul. Mwamba got him.
Well,
now time for Aflac Trivia. We'll look at John Scheyer. He is one of many Coach K former assistants and players that are out there. Blakeney along with Capel. Chris Collins has got Northwestern on the move. They're going to play here soon. Hurley and Scheyer. That's a pretty good group of coaches and players at one time under Coach K.
You aren't kidding me. The Duke's defense right now is outstanding, and everybody talks about Filipowski's offense. He's got 3 steals already in this game.
Stan, it's really amazing. You talked about the Duke development, and a big part of that development has been the improvement in their defense. You know, in our first game, we had an elite defensive team in terms of Virginia, and then San Diego State in our second game, and nobody talks about Duke right at the moment as being elite defensively, but they are defending really well tonight. And on the season, their three-point shooting, their three-point field goal percentage defense is excellent.
Mwamba into the paint. Shot clock down now to 10. Here's a whistle. And it looks like it's on Tyrese Proctor, who picks up his first and is away from the ball and in the paint.
I think Proctor is saying that Asmus grabbed him.
Of course he's saying that.
Referees, I think it might be true. It's a hard thing to tell when guys get tied up.
Mwamba takes a long shot. Filipowski was there on the rebound by Whitehead.
Wow, 0 for 12 to start, 7 of them three-pointers.
I mean, we've played 8 minutes and they haven't scored.
Ryan Young off the bench and in for 2.
Young is so good inside.
He is great inside. He's actually their best inside player. Gets great position, strong to the rim. Also a very, very good offensive rebound.
Young, the Northwestern transfer. Asmus has found the open man inside. Weaver, but he'll get it to go in the first 2 right there.
Well, they are blitzing Asmus on every pick and roll. He's going to see 2 guys. And so he's got to make the right play like he did there. But he's only been able to get up 2 shots so far because the defense is loaded up on him.
Not only is he seeing 2 guys, he's seeing 2 guys who are one of them 7 feet tall all the time.
They were going to Young. He was held in there at 11:32 to play in the first, and Duke by 13 on CBS.
Coach, a lot to like about the first few minutes. What stands out to you?
I just love our defense. I love the way we're competing on this end. We're doing a great job talking. They're an explosive offensive team. It's going to take a long game to go. But I love the start on the defensive end.
Appreciate it, Coach.
All right, thank you.
John Scheyer is the first ever to win an ACC tournament and win a national championship as a player. He did it both as a player and as a coach, and that is a first in ACC history. Vanover, Mwamba.
Vanover does a really good job in the pick and pop situation, but Duke is just not letting him do that. And there's the
Anderson
switch.
is in, and he is defending, and Asmus still looking for his first point. Good feed. He has 1 assist. Now he's got 2. Mwamba puts it up and in.
That was some catch by Mwamba.
One-handed because his other arm was being held. But another great pass by Asmus. He's facing big defenders who are right with him. He's getting blitzed on every pick and roll. But rather than getting frustrated right now, he's just making the right play, not forcing the issue.
Well, Stan, he comes into the game with 131 assists on the year.
Mwamba was at the line. Lauren, what do you have?
And over here behind the Duke bench, Filipowski in the break throwing up. I asked, is it his stomach? Is he sick? The trainer said no, he's just nervous.
Who does he think he is, Bill Russell?
Yeah. Joe McDonald's All-American out of Westtown, New York. One of the high recruits on this team. They got a bunch of them. Mitchell inside. Vanover had a hand on it. Fighting with Ryan Young, and it's tied up. Duke's ball.
Now, the last time they lined up on his baseline out of bounds, Roach just threw it up in the air to Whitehead. So that time, Oral Roberts changed the matchup, put Jurgens on it.
Derek Whitehead the shot. Rebound inside Duke, and it was picked up by Roach, and he missed, and there's a whistle, and there's a foul. Ryan Young.
15, Ryan Young hits first, 14 foul. Checking in for the Blue Devils, number 1, Garrett Lively.
Now they go back to Lively, then take out Young. Duke finished in third place in the ACC, 14-6. Like I said at home, they were 16-0. Abmas, Mwamba, and Oral Roberts looking to get it down low for Abmas, cutting out of his reach, a turnover.
Kevin, but at one point they were 8-6, and they struggled to be 8-6. But as you watched them during the season, you could see they were steadily moving uphill, even when they were losing some games.
Dan, they stayed unranked until 10 days ago when they came in at number 21, and they entered the tournament number 12 in the AP with Roach on top. Halfway through the first half here in Orlando.
And I don't think there's 11 teams in the country playing better than Duke right now. That guy is unbelievable. You go under, he pulls up with great lift off the dribble from a step outside the three-point line. He's as good a wing shooter as I've seen.
He is the leading three-point shooter for Duke in terms of percentage. Rebound by Lively. He now has 6 for the Blue Devil.
Whitehead shoots a better percentage from 3 than he does from 2.
Oh, and a big-time jam by Mark Mitchell.
Just another great pass.
Granderson, huh?
Well, Granderson is one of the veteran guys.
And he's played some college ball across the map. There's a long shot. Finally, it goes in. And it is Abmas in his first triple.
And he had to shoot that over Lively.
It's tough.
So that was not an easy shot.
Roach. Vanover. Abmas.
But Abmas is a guy who will keep shooting the ball, and he can get very hot very quickly.
Vanover inside. Mwamba, who's bumped by Roach and goes by Lively and can't get it. Lively right there.
Lively blitzed the pick and roll and got all the way back to contest that shot.
But Mwamba didn't go fast enough. He had a wide open shot, just took his time.
3, Granderson. There was a transfer. He played at Holy Cross. He played at Illinois, and now he's with the Blue Devils, the senior from Oakland.
Lively can really cover some ground out here defensively on the floor. For a 7-footer.
Here's the 7-3 Vanover with the 3. And a rebound by Whitehead. Got a couple injuries this season, but he's come back, missed a total of 7 games. Losing it inside. It's a pass, Mwamba on the break, and a nice feed as Isaac McBride led the way for Oral Roberts.
Now, early in the season, Duke had a real problem with turnovers, and so they're still in the minus area in terms of team turnovers as opposed to their opponents, but that has improved a great deal since the start of the season.
But a little more of a struggle with Proctor out of the game.
Yes.
Whitehead 3.
Now, you can't defend that.
No, you can't.
The
No,
National
you cannot.
High School Player of the Year, the Naismith High School Player of the Year. From Newark, Abmas to the mid-ranger, Marco, and Lively with the rebound. Lively's got 8 rebounds already. Mitchell at the other end. Freshmen for Duke have scored 64% of their points, highest among big schools in the country. They've got their biggest lead right now of 28-10 over Oral Roberts. Back in Orlando and moments ago, Lauren Shahadi with Oral Roberts head coach Paul Mills.
Coach, they're in a rhythm on both ends. How do you disrupt it?
We have to play better. I mean, there's some nerves early. We'll be fine.
Coach, appreciate it.
And the nerves started with 0 of 12 start. They're down right now by 18. Biggest deficit tonight to Duke. As hot a team as you're going to find coming into the tournament.
But they score over 84 points a game, Kevin. So they have some firepower. But of course, Duke, their defense has been good enough all year that they have played 34 games prior now. And they've held 30 of their 34 opponents to below that scoring area.
Jurgens inside. James hands on the layup attempt. Rebound by Mark Mitchell, and here comes Duke.
That was a great drive, but every shot's so hard because Duke is so big.
Filipowski back in, and he is short against Thompson. Just had the report from Lauren, if you're just joining us, that Filipowski, playing with an upset stomach, is thrown up on the sideline. McBride down the lane. Whistle in the circle, and a quick foul is assessed. It goes on the Blue Devils. The number 5 seed, and Proctor will pick up his second.
That'll send him to the bench, I'm assuming, Dan, for the rest of the half, particularly with a lead like this.
Oh, Wisely in there altering the shot.
He blocked that one. So, Stan, we haven't played 14 minutes yet, and he already has 8 rebounds and 3 blocked shots.
So you're saying that he's making an impact on this game, Dan?
A little bit.
He is something else. That's a 3, which will not drop for Oral Roberts. Jurgens picks it up. A lot of defenders there. The fence was set. Abmas, triple. And Thompson. And Vanover parachuting in.
We'll give Thompson a lot of credit there. He kept it alive twice, the possession. He is a hard-playing guy and a very good rebounder for his size. He got them extra opportunities, and Vanover finally able to convert.
Now, lots of times, if you're playing defense and you don't get that first rebound, it's hard to get the second or third when the guys get a couple of tips out.
Oral Roberts with the 30 wins, the most in school history. Most of any unranked team in Division I. Unranked at 30-4 coming in. The 12 seed against the 5th seeded Duke Blue Devils. Chiseling his way there, Roach. Whitehead got the Lively screen, sets up. 15-footer is off. Mitchell the rebound and deflected out of bounds. Abmas as they were trying to swing it around. Watch live men's games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with NCAA March Madness Live. Scan the QR code now to download.
Well, Oral Roberts has got to get those rebounds, Dan.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
Not one where they outsized you and got up. That ball came down. You've got to get those.
In the paint, Filipowski. Lively the rebound. Whitehead pump fakes the pass and takes a long 2.
That guy, he's coming off your bench.
Yeah.
I mean, he can just get a shot on anybody at any time.
That's Kareem Thompson inside. He puts it through. And his first 2 right there.
And Oral Roberts has to do something to change the tempo and the pace of this game, much like we saw Furman do in the second half against Virginia. They got to do something to disrupt this Duke machine that is running on all cylinders.
Roach has 9. He averages 13. He's off to a terrific start for the Devils, and we're under 5 to play here in the first half. Vanover to Abmas. And Vanover at 7-3, knocks down a triple.
Well, you know, Abmas knows he's going to get blitzed. He did a good job of stretching out the blitz a little. Lively had a great recovery, but Vanover with the size had time to get off the 3.
Roach inside, a lot of congestion in there. Lively's got it, out of bounds.
Well, Lively is not a threat from the outside, but Vanover is. You see Lively, he gets there, and Mitchell makes it very difficult for Abmas to throw it back, and that gives Lively a chance to recover. But again, Vanover is a very good three-point shooter.
He is, and Abmas understands how to just give him one more stop. Just stretch the blitz out just a little.
Here's McBride. He began at Kansas. Thompson. McBride.
Now, how tough is this? There's Mitchell at 6'8".
I know it.
Defending out on the perimeter.
Shot clock at 2. Jurgens tries to fly inside. Got his own miss. Inside Filipowski.
Well, you got to have that shot.
Yeah, you do. There was nobody there. But you don't know that there's nobody there.
You think there's somebody
that's
there.
That's exactly right.
You're afraid there's somebody there.
Cross court, Filipowski throwing it, deflected out of bounds. Shot clock at 11. Duke has been up by as many as 18, scoring on all levels. Whitehead off the bench with 10 for the Devils in Orlando. Numbers don't lie, big rebounding advantage too. Duke controlling inside. That rebounding advantage, that's no surprise. They're +9 a game. That is 4th in terms of rebounding margin among major conference schools. Purdue, UConn, Kentucky, and Duke. The top 4 back in the game. Ryan Young chiseling in to Vanover.
He is so powerful on the inside. He just used his body to move Vanover out of the way.
He did, and Vanover cannot let him get to that left shoulder. He's got to make him turn the other way at the very least.
Whitehead in the corner. Mitchell. And inside on the ground. Young trying to dig it out. As they grapple and a tie-up. Oral Roberts.
This is what Dan was talking about. He just backs Vanover up. Nice shot fake to freeze him and then up and score.
And he does. He backs him, and backing is the right word. He never turned and put his shoulder into him, which is an automatic charge call. But he backed him down, used his strength. Vanover, of course, very tall, but he doesn't have the strength to match up with that guy if he's not going to get any help.
I mean, Ryan Young would be the best inside player on a lot of very good teams.
Abmas 1 of 6. He's their big gun, top scorer, conference, one of the best in the country, losing it again.
The ball just slipped out of his hand that time. There's nothing that's going right for Oral Roberts at the moment. And Duke has an awful lot to do with that.
Roach. Young. Doubled. Vanover just took it away.
Well, the double caused him to do something different. Not a great passer. That's not his strength.
Thompson will put up a 3. Rebound by Filipowski.
Thompson is a pretty good three-point shooter, and that was an open shot.
Yeah, they're 2 for 13 from 3, and they've had some decent looks.
Inside with the whistle on the shot. Oral Roberts is shooting 7 of 31 for 22%. Duke is 47%. They got Abmas with the foul. That is his second. With a look at Paul Mills, became the second coach to lead a number 15 seed to the Sweet 16. Andy Enfield did it with Florida Gulf Coast back in 2013. Mills did it a couple years ago. Coming up on AT&T at the half, scores and highlights and all the latest NCAA tournament news. All coming up on AT&T at the half. Here is Roach at the line. Scored a season-high 23 points in the ACC championship game. 77% free throw shooter.
Roach just does so many things.
He does. He has 11 points so far, Dan.
And as Proctor has developed as a point guard, Roach has gotten better at all the other things he does.
Vanover 3. Rebound by Roach.
That's a good look for them. They're going to have to knock some of those down to stay anywhere in the ballpark here with Duke.
Oral Roberts, 22% from the field. Pick and roll with Young. Outside it goes here to Mitchell. Plowing inside. There's a whistle, offensive foul on Duke. With 1:27 to go. Young picked up his second. Lively sent the check in, and Young will take a seat on the Scheyer bench.
How would you like to be Paul Mills over there, Dan? Ryan Young here is sealing him. Picks up his second foul. So what's that get you? Get you Derek Lively.
Yeah, Lively comes back in the game. That's what you call moving somebody out.
Oh my gosh.
McBride will begin the burst going in. Got it. Offensive foul.
That's a great call there. He pushed him off. Absolutely great call by the official. Not sure how he saw it, but he did. Watch right here.
Little lean, you're right. Right into Roach. 30-second timeout. And we will step aside from Orlando. 1:16 to play in the half.
I'm a big fan of both 60 Minutes and East New York.
Yeah, you were telling us that. That's great.
Absolutely.
Stan, if you're Paul Mills, what are you telling your guys in the huddle?
Well, I think you just got to tell them to hang in there right now. Try to get this thing, try to get a couple baskets here and get it down to 15 or 16 by the half and then regroup.
The first half, 13 for Roach, hitting his season average. Filipowski's watching Kareem Thompson. The handoff to Abmas, and he gets one to drop.
That's a really good job by Abmas. He's really having trouble while he's handling the ball. Let somebody else handle it and then move without the ball.
You know, and not a lot of point guards are good moving without the ball, but you're absolutely right, Dan. He's not going to get many looks on the ball tonight against Duke's defense and the way they're loaded up on him.
Roach with Abmas on him, and the shot clock down to 7. Into Lively.
Lively now has 77 field goals on the year. 57 of them are dunks.
Final seconds. Abmas 3. He was way outside. Roach inside. Hits Lively. Did not get the shot in. And I don't even know if it would have counted had it gone in, but John Scheyer has got his Blue Devils running well. They've led by as many as 20. They go to the locker room at halftime up by 17 points. They've won 9 straight, including an ACC tournament victory over Virginia. They've won their last 6 first-round games. And they've had a great first half. Over to Warren.
Coach, what stands out about the way the young guys have handled this stage?
They've done great overall. You know, we've played together on offense. Our defense has been really good for 20 minutes. Abmas is going to keep shooting, though. You got to be up on him at the end. He's going to keep shooting.
Lively is everywhere. How does he change the game?
He just changes the game in so many ways. He protects the rim. He runs the floor. He's defending on the perimeter. He's blocking shots inside. He just does so many things for us. And we're going to need him to in the second half because they're not going to slow down at all.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Stan Van Gundy, he's as impressive a young guy as you're going to find in the game.
Absolutely, and I love the guys who can have that big an impact on the game without scoring much.
All Duke in the first half here in Orlando. We'll send you to AT&T at the half after these messages.
This is an impressive Duke team defensively.
In every way.
But they're so big, you know. Mitchell is 6'8" and can really move. Filipowski's over 7 feet tall. Lively's over 7 feet tall. Proctor is 6'5".
Mitchell with it. Roach will drive. Abmas will defend. Filipowski tries to finish and fouled on the play by Mwamba, who will pick it up for Oral Roberts. That is his second. Let's send it over to Lauren.
Kevin, Coach Mills very positive at the half. He said the guys in this room have won their last 17 games, the longest current win streak in the nation. Compete. You've done it all year. Limit second chances. And Dan said it earlier. Change the rhythm. Chip away.
Yeah, changed the rhythm a lot. Filipowski at the line. He's got 3 points. He is the only freshman in college basketball averaging at least 15 points and 9 rebounds a game. He leads them in scoring. Coach, he leads them in rebounding. What a freshman year.
And he's only got 2 points at the half, and you're up 17.
McBride with Roach on him. Vanover on top. Mwamba into Filipowski. You mentioned earlier on, 17 consecutive wins for the team in blue. Mwamba with a corkscrew move and a foul across the lane.
They just cleared the side for him, just have him work on Filipowski, and Filipowski moved pretty well.
Yeah, and that's still, though, I think going to be the #1 question on Filipowski because of Lively's presence. Filipowski has to go out and guard people on the perimeter. He did as good a job as he could do there, but Mwamba's got quickness on him and made a good, strong move.
Mwamba's a 60% free throw shooter. Watch whip-around coverage of all men's games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with Fast Break, presented by AT&T 5G in the March Madness Live app. Scan the QR code now to download. Mwamba was a transfer from UT Arlington from the Democratic Republic of Congo. He got involved in that NBA academy, which has gotten a lot of kids from there over here.
It's a great program.
Roach will try to penetrate. Abmas right with him. A minute gone here in the second half. Proctor, a floater on the fly. Mwamba.
This is where they've got to go. Duke does a good job getting back, but Mwamba and Abmas were the only guys trying to run.
Abmas with a floater. And retrieved by Mitchell. Look at the speed he shows getting to the other side. Little Euro step inside. That is missed and puts it back up.
And there's another example of a Duke player getting his own rebound. And Mitchell, you know, he just did all that. He's 6'8", 220 pounds. Moved the ball up the court like he's 6'2".
No one on Vanover. 3. Out of bounds, ricochets away.
Well, those are about the only open shots they can consistently get, is they can get Vanover threes, which aren't necessarily bad shots, but he's not a great three-point shooter. He's a 33% shooter, and that's about the only shot they can get right now.
Tyrese Proctor.
They're able to do very little on the inside, and Duke just continues to attack on this end.
Duke 1 of 3 to start. Open corner triple. Oh, and Mwamba was right there to grab it with a miss. Outside. Roach took it, fanned, and it will be Duke's ball.
I know Roach missed, but what a great pass by Filipowski
nice?
out of the double team. I've seen him do that several times. You know, just skip the ball to the weak side. He's big. He can see over people and make the pass.
Roach! The reverse, and it was beautiful.
Well, how do you attack a 7'5" guy? You go to the other side of the rim to keep him from being able to get to your shot. Excellent finish by Roach.
Filipowski right there. Mwamba hesitates twice on the shot. Abmas through travel. Oh, rejected inside with another block by Lively. He has erased 6. Mwamba, 3, no. With a rebound by Mitchell.
That's so nice to have Derek Lively back there. Filipowski pushes out on Abmas to take away the 3. He gets beaten off the dribble, as you would expect, but Derek Lively's right there to wipe it away.
But because, even though he gets beat off the dribble, he's got him right on his hip, and so that's why he can't pull up to shoot the mid-range shot.
Roach again attacks the rim. Give him 17 points.
He's doing such a great job getting into people's body, using the rim to protect from the shot blocker. 2 great finishes in a row from Roach.
And like we said earlier, he's coming off a 23-point game in the tournament championship of the ACC.
I think he really likes it when Proctor handles the ball. He can play off the ball.
Proctor leads him in assists with a fadeaway. Mwamba can't get that. Cannot get that.
Now, what are you supposed to do about that?
You know, he's 6'5", shooting over guards. I mean, John Scheyer's done a lot of great things this year, but that adjustment to put Proctor on the ball as the point guard and let Roach play off the ball has paid huge dividends for Duke.
Abmas just does not have the stroke tonight. One of the best shooters and players in the country. 3 of 11. And his counterpart, Jeremy Roach, a junior from Leesburg, a top 20 recruit, has been all over the place, driving relentlessly to the rack for the Duke Blue Devils. Best Coke ever? Take a taste and see for yourself. We have been having a lively discussion off air about Duke in the ranking number 5. I mean, if you graded this team on their last 10 games, this is a 2 seed. The way they've played and the way they've developed, Dan, over the year.
Kevin, and I think they deserve the 5 seed based upon their performance through the entire year, which includes when they struggled early. And given the fact that they're not playing like a 5 seed now, I think is a real credit to Jon Scheyer and his staff at the way they have developed this team.
Yeah, it's incredible. And as I've said, Jon Scheyer's done a lot of great things. But look, he's got all these guys who you know are being deluged every day with what their draft status is, all these mock drafts. And these guys certainly have ambitions to play at the next level. And he's taken all of those guys with individual ambition and gotten them to play extremely unselfishly. And that is a huge thing for a coach.
McBride against Lively into the hole.
Wow. Why did he have to throw that one?
Former Arkansas High School Basketball Player of the Year. He's from Little Rock. Started at Kansas. Left before the beginning of the season. Transfers to Vanderbilt. Plays there a bit. Now comes to Oral Roberts. On the move. Vanover got a hand on it with nice rim protection defense. McBride. Lively the rebound.
You got to pass that one, don't you, Stan?
Absolutely. Took a very difficult shot in what essentially was a 2-on-1 situation, dished the ball for an easier shot.
Lively's got 10 rebounds and 6 block shots. I mean, he's just a one-man wrecking crew. Proctor through traffic. And over the 7-3 Vanover, who bumps it up, gets the ball.
Duke has done such a good job getting back that even when they've tried to, it's been hard for Oral Roberts to run.
Abmas. Oh, there he is. Tariq Whitehead in the game and comes up. Now they give it back to Tyrese Proctor, a freshman who would be a high school senior right now. We told you before from Australia. He was not ranked in the U.S., but if he were, he would have been a top 20 player for sure, joining the other 3 top 10 players. Roach on the doorstep.
He's so good in the mid-range.
Oh, he's just been incredible. He's done everything tonight. I mean, we saw those 2 great finishes earlier. Now he hits the mid-range pull-up.
Good 19. Jurgens is in, working around the screen. Oral Roberts was undefeated in the Summit League at 18-0. Malumba misses. And Jurgens bumped by Lively with a whistle. In 3 weeks, CBS returns to Augusta National Golf Club for a tradition unlike any other. The Masters coming in April to CBS. Lively picks up his 2nd foul. Lively checks out. Also sending out Mark Mitchell. I'm looking over here at Jon Scheyer. I worked with Doug Collins for 7 years. Doug Collins and I were teammates covering the NBA for 7 years for TNT. His son Chris was an assistant. Chris recruited John personally and probably considered that as good a recruit as he ever brought to Duke. After playing Chris Collins for Krzyzewski for all those years and all that success. Abmas inside and Jurgens cutting line.
Well, a great cut and a great pass. And a very happy Oral Roberts team that they can cut and actually finish a layup with Derek Lively on the bench over there.
Lively and Filipowski are both over there.
Yeah, and they got Ryan Young.
Yeah, and so Young is in the game.
A crossover by Proctor. Anderson got a hand on it, but here comes Abmas the other way for the Golden Eagles. Summit League Player of the Year. Wide open here to Shane Weaver. With a whistle and a foul, and they're fighting for that ball. New instated Ryan Young for the Devils, and a whistle with 12:31 to go. Brandison picked up his first personal foul.
The Duke defense is finding Abmas as soon as he crosses half court. They're giving him no room to pull up from 30 and fire.
No, they're not. And when he comes off that pick and roll, they're going to blitz him. The screener has been open several times, but they've only been able to knock down the 1-3 off the pick and roll.
Roach on Abmas. There's a foul. And it goes on Jeremy Roach, who will pick up his first personal foul.
You know, and Abmas is really good with the ball, but I think against any of these Duke defenders, it's going to be hard for him to beat them one-on-one, so he needs that screen.
Abmas off balance. Proctor is over there to lend a hand in the defense and out of bounds and off of Duke.
Well, that's the screens he needs, Dan.
Yes.
You said this earlier, and you're right. He needs to come off screens away from the ball where they're not going to get that double team to him, and he has a chance to get a shot. Coming off the pick and roll, he's just going to face a second defender every time.
Oral Roberts in the second half is 2 for 14. Weaver into Young.
Well, it's not a coincidence that Oral Roberts has gotten 2 shots at the rim with Lively on the bench, and Ryan Young's a very good player, but he's not a shot blocker.
Well, he's not a shot blocker, and he's not nearly as mobile as Lively, or Filipowski for that matter.
Roach, Grandison looking inside. Grandison cleans it up and puts it in.
Now, I've always had a question on a play like that.
Okay.
Does Grandison get an assist and a bucket on that?
I don't think you can get an assist to yourself.
Oh, man. Uh-oh, there's a steal. Proctor has it. Into Weaver. Rebounded inside Abmas. Outlet to McBride. Step back 3. Kareem Thompson. The triple is good. The Golden Eagles of Oral Roberts, one of the highest scoring teams in the country. Number 3 coming into the tournament. But Duke is dominant, as you can see, 54-32 timeout. Abmas averaged over 26 points per game in those games. Now tonight, he has really been struggling with his shot. He's played most of the game. He's got 8 points, and he's 3 of 13 with a 2 of 8 show from 3.
The Duke's defense had a lot to do with that. It's not like he's had a lot of space to get shots off, and he's facing great size.
You're right, Stan. Here comes Grandison wheeling around Thompson, finding Filipowski crowded in there. And a falling down rebound by Thompson. And Duke was thinking maybe a travel, and it was a foul, and Filipowski picks up his second. We step aside in Orlando on CBS.
Now, there are many reasons why Oral Roberts is only shooting 26% tonight, and one of them, where's number 1 for the Duke Blue Devils? Derek Lively has been outstanding. There's nothing they can get around the basket because the big guy just goes in there and swats the thing. We said that as we look at the game summary, Oral Roberts only 26% from the field. They really have shot the ball poorly from three-point range, but that's because Duke can push out on them because they got Lively back there holding the fort.
Oral Roberts is 4 of 25 from 3, and they just improved it there. That's her 5th 3. By the way, Oral Roberts is number 2 in Division I in three-point shots made a game. They usually make about 11 a game.
Well, I think they need to go to more of that on the offensive end, taking Abmas and McBride and running them off screens and letting them catch and shoot. Trying to play off the dribble is not going to work against this Duke defense.
Proctor and Juergens. Grandison with Proctor again. Shot clock down to 5. Juergens defends with a fake and a fire. Filipowski inside. Picked up Grandison. New shot clock. Duke control. Whitehead on top.
But they also have to do something on this end, Stan, to change something, change the tempo of the game, because Duke continues to get whatever they want.
Screen by Filipowski. Roach will drive, staggering, and then it was rejected in there. Nice block by Weaver. Abmas the other way.
And move the ball.
He'll drive right into Roach. Watch CBS Sports HQ for the free 24/7 coverage of the big dance and all the biggest moments in sports. Catch tournament highlights, picks, previews, recaps, and much more. Download the CBS Sports app to watch today, as Roach just got tagged with the second. Here is Abmas from Jesuit Dallas High School. Rockwell, Texas, a 6'1" senior, highest scoring career average leader coming into this NCAA tournament.
Well, now that time he was able to get to the free throw line dribbling the ball. But I'm telling you something, Kevin, lots of times a team is much easier to guard when somebody's just dribbling the ball all the time. What's hard to guard is all kinds of movement where you got to chase your guy around.
And in general, particularly in today's game, teams are very good at guarding, the better defensive teams at guarding pick and rolls and guys off the dribble. Not as good defending off the ball screens. Love to see them get some of it.
Duke in the second half, 7 of 17 from the field. For the game, 47%. In the corner, 3, Mitchell, no. Rebound by Weaver. Abmas. And now McBride. Quick twitch.
The ball goes to somebody. He made that one. That was an unbelievably tough shot. But the ball goes to one guy. He holds it, he dribbles it, everybody else stands around. That's easier to guard.
It's much easier to guard. But with all that said, they've got this back to 14.
And their fans are on the feet. On the far side, Oral Roberts on a 15-2 run, 11-0 here over the last couple minutes. Lively on top. Proctor. Lively with the screen. Abmas fighting through. The 3 is right down. 5 for Proctor.
They have so many weapons.
Abmas will fly inside for 2.
Right now, you're Oral Roberts. You're rolling a little bit on the offensive end. You've got to get some defensive stops. Particularly, you'd like to create some turnovers and get easy baskets.
Yeah, John Scheyer, they're not happy that Lively didn't come to help them.
Rejected inside. Thompson was there. Weaver was there. Shot clock down to 12. Proctor with the Lively screen works his way. Shot clock at 5. Thompson defends Proctor. Proctor, the freshman, 3. Rebound, Filipowski, Lively, and a whistle with Weaver and Filipowski battling right there. Weaver will pick it up. Well, the Devils knew they were going to get some kind of run from the Summit League champs, Oral Roberts, and they're getting it now on CBS. Here's a look at our summary so far. Princeton with the big upset over second-seeded Arizona. Tennessee is coming up here next after this one against Louisiana. SC teams right now 3-1, and San Diego State wins, and Brian Dutcher, their coach, for the 5th-seeded Aztecs out of the Mountain West Conference, winning today. Roach, Lively, a screen. Abmas fell, and Roach cashes in.
Roach did a great job staying under control, coming to a stop, and then was able to finish.
McBride will penetrate. Lively will rebound. He's got 12. Lauren, what do you have?
And Kevin, just listened to Coach Mills. He said, keep Max going downhill. It's working. He's getting better looks. Cut it to 10 with 5 minutes to play. Let's see what happens.
Well, they're on that path right now with Roach trying to control and Thompson defending.
We have to say they've shown some grit. They had a lot of reason to just quit, but they haven't.
Filipowski, cross court, Proctor.
They're just so hard to guard.
I'm really impressed with Proctor. So under control. He's a pass-first guy, but is capable of shooting the ball.
Weaver off the glass from 3.
That helps too, those banked threes.
Oh, they work on that in practice. We saw that yesterday in practice. That's the angle you want to use the glass.
And you're talking about how unselfish you see this Duke team playing.
Oh, absolutely. And it's amazing to me because at least 3 of these guys have the potential of going in the first round. And guys like that, usually a little more concerned with numbers.
Oh, how about Roach? A crossover, a spinner, knocks down the mid-ranger. And Roach has 23 to match what he had in the ACC Tournament Championship.
And even when he's stuck and there's nothing there, he doesn't panic.
Abmas and Weaver, but Lively is there. Thompson outside, down the lane. He'll try to careen off bodies, and Filipowski grabs the miss.
That's too tough a finish. He's got to pass to Weaver in the corner.
Right, he tries to get by a 6'8" guy, and he finds a 7-foot guy and then a 7'1" guy. I think that's a little hard.
It's very difficult. You got to make that pass and live with Weaver shooting the ball. Weaver is actually, by percentage, their leading three-point shooter.
Mitchell making a move across the lane. Filipowski will clean it up and put it in.
That was a pass, right?
I've got him for an assist on that, no question. No question Mitchell made that as a pass. It's only Filipowski's second hoop of the night. It's amazing when your leading scorer is struggling.
Look at that play by Filipowski.
What a nice defensive play. You're right. Here comes Duke. 26th NCAA tournament in the last 27 years. Most of those, all of those with Mike Krzyzewski until tonight. Offensive foul, Roach.
Drives to the basket, and you expect Filipowski to try to block the shot. Look at him move as he sees Abmas go off his feet to try to make a pass, and somehow he tracks that thing down.
Well, he's got good quick hands and great anticipation. Makes up for a lot, where his quickness may not be plus, it's at least average, and then he can make up for that with his quick hands and anticipation.
3 by McBride, no, on that last Duke possession, their first second-half turnover.
But the great thing about that, as far as I'm concerned with Filipowski, is he waited until Abmas left his feet and then reacted to what Abmas was doing.
Well, Dan, one of the things I think you look for in great players is, can you help your team win when you're not having your best night? And so Filipowski's struggling to score the ball, but 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 steals, find a way to impact. Hey, everybody can help their team when that ball's going in the basket and you're lighting it up. The great ones help their team win every night.
Kareem Thompson picks up the foul, the first for him with the Golden Eagles. Stream the new series Rabbit Hole, starring Kiefer Sutherland. March 26th, exclusively on Paramount Plus. Filipowski, who is a 77% free throw shooter, a McDonald's All-American, a top 5 recruit. He's top 5. Whitehead was the National Player of the Year. He's top 5. Lively was the #1 recruit in many people's minds. He's out of Philadelphia, a freshman. Filipowski will take a breather. And Whitehead will come in.
Kevin and Dan, I was never a McDonald's All-American, but I eat at McDonald's. If that counts.
And they're happy to have you.
Yes.
And they're happy to have you.
And with a Happy Meal. I like that. Well, that sounds good right now. Man, oh man.
You are always hungry. I don't want to hear it.
Well, like Kevin, I don't think went in and had dinner like we did. Kevin was just out here grinding away, getting prepared for the next
Thank you,
game.
Coach. That's exactly what was going on. Shot clock is at 7. Crossover by Proctor, and then a little fadeaway over Jurgens. And a rebound by Kareem Thompson. There's a senior from Florence, Alabama. Jurgens down low, bumping his way into Proctor. Abmas off balance, triple, missed it all, and Proctor caught it.
And Abmas is trying to get that shot off over the 6'8" Mitchell.
Abmas tonight 4 of 15 overall, 2 of 9 from 3.
And remember, this is an Oral Roberts team that has won 17 games in a row and is averaging 84 points a game.
One of the highest scoring teams in the country. But tonight they've met Duke, who is anything but a 5 seed. The way they've played, and what I would not want to face them. 1, 3, down it goes. Tariq Whitehead.
And he's going to go to the line.
It's a 2, I believe. We'll have to look at it again. I thought he signaled 3. Oh, it's a 3 all the way. A triple by Tariq Whitehead. Download the March Madness Live app on your OLED, LG OLED TV today. It's not just OLED, it's LG OLED. And we didn't mean to lead you down or lead you down the wrong path there. That was a 3. They did look at it, and it was very close on the shot in the corner moments ago by Duke. Now they brought in guys at the end of the bench, although here's a long shot, and that's down by Mwamba. Patrick Mwamba, the junior, hits the long 3. Well, Roberts has trailed the entire game. Duke has been terrific in every way in this one. Young, and here is Jalen Blakeson. He's a sophomore from Somerset, New Jersey. That's a 3. It's up and no good, and that's a shot by Jaden Shute, a freshman from Yorkville, Illinois.
Well, Ryan Young there clearly was just trying to get shots for these other guys.
That's right.
No, and I mean that in a very good way.
Absolutely.
Ryan Young could have made his move on the block that we've seen so many times and score, but he knows it's time for these other guys who work their butts off every day in practice, and he was trying to use his abilities to help them.
Anderson lost it in the corner, turnover right there. Now they go back to the bench. They bring in Cale Catchings. Max Johns will come in for Duke. John Scheyer getting the end of the bench in the game. All these kids who practice, and this is the backbone of every team. Stan, you know that. You coach in the college ranks for many, many years. Without these guys that make those practices competitive and tough, your team isn't as good as Duke.
Absolutely, and I think that your best players have to understand that and stay involved in the game here these last 2 minutes and respect what these guys are doing.
Christian Reeves is also in. Here's Damari Williams. He is in with a drive here by Trey Phipps, who's a transfer from Oklahoma, and picked up there by Max Johns. He is a transfer from Princeton. Graduate student from High Point, North Carolina. Princeton transfer into this program. Inside, it's caught by Reeves. A lot of traffic, but he gets it to go. Here's Phipps with the drive and a lot of traffic in there, but he watches it roll in.
Well, until the last couple of games, Phipps was playing every night in their rotation. They shortened up their rotation as they went into the conference tournament, but he was playing every night until then.
Nate Clover is also in for the Golden Eagles of Oral Roberts. And saved over there by Shute, who gives it inside, and Catchings with a nice play, and the bench, the starters love it.
This has been an impressive performance right across the board by the Duke Blue Devils.
Clover in traffic. He's a junior from Port Arthur, Texas. And Damari Williams was chasing it. Knocked out of bounds. 22.4 remaining.
Well, we always talk in coaching about building chemistry. You hear the word chemistry all the time. How do you get it? Well, to me, everybody holds up their end of the bargain on the defensive end of the floor. Everybody plays hard, so you gain the respect of your teammates. And then second, you pass the basketball. That's how you build chemistry, and this Duke team is extremely unselfish.
Damari Williams at the free throw line.
And they have put on a show defensively against one of the best offensive teams in the country.
Duke is going to notch their 10th consecutive win and go to 27-8 and get ready to face the winner of Louisiana and Tennessee, which comes up next.
And John Scheyer is now only 100 NCAA tournament wins behind Mike Krzyzewski.
You got to start somewhere.
Exactly right. His win percentage is better.
Right now it is. Wins his first NCAA tournament game as a coach. He won multiple ones as a player. Not a better young coach in the country. And Duke comes up with a convincing win, and they get ready to go to the round of 32. For the Golden Eagles, their first loss in 18 games. Oral Roberts will finish with a 30-5 record. It'll be Duke against the winner of our next game, the 4-13 matchup, the Volunteers and the Ragin' Cajuns. Let's go to Lauren.
Coach, congratulations, a young team. You couldn't tell tonight. What part impressed you most?
For me, it was the defense. You know, that's been
the theme for you.
Yeah, it's, every time I talk to you, I'm going to talk about the defense. But that was just a consistent theme for us throughout the game. The way we collectively played it on the offensive end. You know, I also love the key moments. They made a run, and then our responses through the game in the tournament. That's what it's all about.
You had a hand in Max's face all night long. How'd you contain him specifically?
Well, it helps when you have Tyrese Proctor.
Sure.
It starts there. It helps when you have Derek Lively. You're fortunate Tyrese gets 2 fouls. You switch Mark Mitchell onto him. And just the awareness, like our guys, they watch film on their own. The buy-in that they have to defend other teams. They've taken great ownership over it, and that'll need to continue.
What about you? How has this job compared to what you thought it would be?
Say it one more time.
What about you? How has this job compared to what you thought it would be?
Oh, man, how much time do we have?
Not much.
It's been amazing. It's been amazing. I'm incredibly thankful, and I'm thankful for these guys with the job that they've done and deciding to come here.
Think you'll hear from Coach K after this?
I hope so. If he's watching, hopefully I get a text. We'll see.
Congratulations.
All right, thank you, man.
Oh, no. Coach Krzyzewski's watching with his dog, Coach, and his wonderful wife, Mickey. 48% shooting by Duke. 74 points. 10th consecutive win. They've averaged 75 and 49 in those categories during this streak. Tournament games continue now on TNT, TBS, and True TV. Coming up on CBS, Louisiana and Tennessee. We'll take you to our studio in the Capital One Tournament Central after these messages.